What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and it's really freezing today here in New York City, but I'm still gonna be out here exploring one of my favorite boroughs, which is Queens, New York. And keep in mind, Queens is the biggest borough in New York City. It's pretty huge, but it's also the most diverse place in the whole world. So today I'm in one of the diverse neighborhoods, which is Jackson Heights. So I'm gonna be strolling around this part of Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, and possibly Woodside, a couple of blocks down, to show you guys how much of diversity we have over here. So without further ado, join me. Also keep in mind, this over here that I'm standing is Diversity Plaza. And if you go to 74th Street, it's pretty much Little India. But then if you go over this way over here, it's 73rd Street, it's Little Bangladesh. And also you could do a lot of subway connection lines over here and take the bus shuttle to LaGuardia. So I'm gonna walk around here and show you guys what's going on. Like I say, it's really freezing, so that's why you don't see really much people hanging out here. But during the summertime or nice weather, this will be jam-packed. Seems like they made a new mural over here. It's pretty nice. You can see street vendors over here selling, you know, a lot of winter outfits for the cold weather. There's a lot of barber shops over here. Some of these barber shops, they do massages. There's a guy like stores for your phone, you know, bills and stuff like that. They have a lot of street food. There's one over here, a Momo street food. Even got like a dispensary over here. That's crazy. And then the 7 train line is over that way in 74th Street. So some of the best Indian restaurants is right here in Jackson Heights, which I'm gonna pass ahead. It's called Angel's Restaurant. I've been here a couple of times. But then you got a little bit of everything, like food from Tibet, Nepal, you know, they sell. What's up, brother?
Are you vlogging?
Yeah. I'm walking around the restaurant. I decided to stop for some samosas. So we got samosas here. This one's chicken. Let's try the sauce. So that's potatoes and I think spinach. And then with the green sauce right here, it has a kick. It has a kick in it, so it's really good. This is the place where I tried the samosa, Spice Kitchen. I passed this place many times, so it's like Indian, Nepali, and Bengali food. And wow, those samosas are really good. So shout out to the owner, I think his name is Iman. He saw me and he, you know, told me the food is good, so I decided to go in and get some samosas. So really kind of him. So I had 2 samosas that was $4, which I think is a really good deal. So really, really lovely guy. So if you come to Jackson Heights, definitely check them out. The samosas are off the hook, so I can see why people try that. So wow, a good way to start my blog around here in Jackson Heights. I was hungry. But yeah, let's continue our walk around and exploring more of the neighborhood. Also, another cool thing about Jackson Heights is once you get off the main strip, you end up in a residential area like this. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it to Roosevelt, which is busy, so I can make it straight to 74th Street, and you can see the main strip right ahead of me. And if you make a left, it turns more like into a little Latin America, a lot of Latin restaurants. The people, the cool scenes. It's busy because it's 7 train B passing by. Yeah, this merge over here. This is the main subway station where they got F train, E train, the 7 train line, the R train line. You can do a lot of connections. Then they got a couple of restaurant joints over here. Wow, it's really cold outside. Even got Dunkin' Donuts. Keep in mind today, the video's gonna be uploaded late, but today is the February 14th, so Valentine's Day. Then 74th Street is here, so I'm gonna merge in and explore this street. So here you see a little bit of 74th Street in action. And I think this here is kind of like a Bengali restaurant, a Bangladeshi food. Then we're gonna make a deep straight so you can see what's going on. This is 74th Street, and pretty much also they known it like Little India. And then you walk around here, you'll see a lot of jewelry stores, like sari shops like this. The colors, let me show you this one over here. See all the sari. Gotta tell you, some of the dresses and traditions of the Indian culture is beautiful, like the colors and all of that. So it makes me want to go visit that country to see how it's like. There used to be also Jackson Heights Diner. It used to be over here, but I think they transferred it across the street. Looks like it's a little bit smaller spot. Then just like they have in Journal Square in Jersey City, they have the Patel brothers across the street, which is right here. This one looks like pretty big and pretty modern, so. But let's make it straight. If you go ahead, I think it gets even more interesting. Here you can see it keeps going. More shops. And then ahead is 37th Avenue, and you'll see a lot of cool stuff. We got more over here that looks pretty interesting. The stores. Like I say, dude, probably because it's really cold today, I don't think that's why you see not much people today, pretty slow. But on a nice day, you'll see this packed with a lot of people. The longer I stand out here, the colder I get, but I still got a long way to walk around here. So I'm probably gonna be around here, then make it to 73rd Street. And I wanna check out, because they designated a street called Little Thailand, or the Thai Way by Woodside and 77, I believe. The area is mostly like Thai town. So we're gonna make it over there towards the area of Elmhurst, and then we're gonna make it to the other side by Woodside, where they got like a little Manila. Then the good thing of seeing the street quiet is that you got it to yourself. Then this is 37th Avenue, which is busy, but if you merge straight ahead, it turns mostly into residential, like a different spot, like it gets quieter. It gets a little bit more quiet, But yeah, let's make a left to show you what's going on. Then once we make it here to 37th Avenue, I think it gets a little busier because there's a lot of street vendors, and it turns mostly Bangladeshi over here. And then across the street, they got a couple of street foods, mostly Bengali. I haven't tried, but hopefully someday when I come back, I'll give it a chance. You see all the business here. They got dosa shops, like vegan options. Then ahead they got like an Apna bazaar, which they have that also in Journal Square in Jersey City. But yeah, I never get bored of this neighborhood. And then you see it 73rd Street here, AKA also they call it Bangladesh Street underneath. But let me just show you the area where they got the street food. Here they got this one. I'm not sure this is the one that I see. Food car, it kind of looks like pani puri. They got this one over here, which is pretty cool. There's a couple of meat markets over here, dosa spots. But let me just turn back to show you what's going on. This one here looks literally like pani puri. Wow. Wonder if it's the same owner. I think it's called Fuchka. I don't know if I'm saying it correct, but yeah. One day I'm gonna have to try it. Right now, the samosas that I ate, they're holding me up a little bit. So here you can see what's going on. A lot of bazaars, a couple of markets around here. Then this is a building that's called Bangladesh Plaza. Let's make it over here. Like I say, in New York City, a lot of neighborhoods, you don't really need like big chain supermarkets because they got all these markets. Kamar Bari, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, it's probably in Bengali. Then here's like a little mini plaza too that got a couple of spots in the back. Like I say, you can never get bored of this neighborhood. And this is a halal supermarket, so a market designated just for halal, so you can get literally everything over here. Wow, the weather's getting intense. But hey, that's not gonna stop me from coming out here and making videos. So, gonna go ahead, I'll probably merge a little bit into Broadway or do maybe Roosevelt Avenue, either one, so I can show you like another vibe of this neighborhood. But the neighborhood is really big, so you can spend an entire day exploring everything around here. But like I said, it's probably my favorite area in New York City. Then the street over here is Broadway, and you can see like herbal shops, barber shops. And one day I did Broadway, and I went all the way from the highway, I forgot where, and I walked all of this. But this is also like a different vibe. They got like this new development going on over here. So I think this go to Northern Boulevard, if I'm not mistaken. But now let's turn back. I think I'm gonna do probably a couple of blocks of Roosevelt before it gets dark. That's my enemy. do probably a couple of blocks of Roseville so I can show you like the other vibe that's happening around there. And then we're gonna merge in to Elmhurst to show you a bit of the section. I want to explore like the Thai area. I've always done like Broadway, but I never did like the little Thai town, so gonna go check it out now. This is Roseville, and over here, no matter what, it's always busy, even in the nighttime. I haven't been here in a minute, so we're gonna stroll around a couple of blocks to show you the vibes. Ahead of me, they got like a Colombian bakery. And over here is crowded. You see like a fruit market right here. Then they got a couple of taco spots, taco vendors. A lot of beauty salons, barber shops. More taco joints over here. You know, people just going on with their daily lives, you know. I think the majority of the people that live here, actually I Googled that, are people who are not born in the States or in New York, so. But that's what makes this neighborhood super special. So I'm probably gonna do like 2 or 3 more blocks, and then I'm gonna merge right to make it to the Thai town area. Then ahead of here, there's another Colombian joint. And if you merge into the Y, you're just gonna see regular houses. So here's like the borderline of Elmhurst and Jackson Heights to my left. Then you got more business happening in my left side. And then it's noisy because the 7 train line with this, whoa. Noisy. Yeah, like I said, I haven't walked here in a minute, but I always love walking around here, and it's just the diversity that happens here and hardworking people, you know. And I've been seeing a lot of content creators lately trying to give like a bad image to this neighborhood, but this is always, you know, everywhere you go, there's always good and bad. It's just a little portion of bad things that happen around here, but mostly good things. And I think you guys should definitely check out Jackson Heights. Now, I made it to 77th Street, so I'm gonna walk probably towards Woodside to see what's the vibe over there. I feel pretty sure it's gonna change. And there's also like a temple, a Thai temple that I went years ago, so I haven't seen it since then. So I wanna go check it out to see how's it going. Then we're gonna make it back to Roseville and probably make it towards the Woodside area. I tell you, even with my gloves on, my hands are getting really, really cold. It is really cold here, but I mean, what do you expect? It's literally winter time. We're still in February, but yep, I'm looking forward for better days when the weather gets warm so I can start making more content. But here's an idea of what I'm talking about. Once you get off the regular streets, it turns like this, quiet, super residential, so it's not always busy. You can get a little bit of peaceful and quietness. Then I like this apartment complex, how they have like balconies like this, which I think is really cool. You know, it's pretty nice. Wow, those samosas were pretty good. I gotta go back there. Spice, I think that's the name of the restaurant, Spice. Probably try more of the foods that they offer over there. Yeah, it was well done. Wow. Shout out to the owner for letting me in and letting me film. That was really kind of him. Nice people. This is Broadway here. This is the area that I always walk all the way down towards the Elmhurst area. This is actually Elmhurst right here. But I don't think I ever walk all the way down that way where Woodside is, so let's go check it out. And yesterday it snowed, even though I don't think it was a lot of snow, but it was probably one of the most snows in the past 2 years. And the issue is every time when it stops snowing, it gets really cold. So that's what's going on. But I love the street here. It's pretty beautiful and residential. Wow. The apartments, they look pretty cool, you know. And like I say, you come here, it's like you see people from all walks of life, every single type of nationality. Walk here, you hear every single language. Like that woman that passed by me, I don't speak Thai, but I could tell you that was Thai. I've been to Thailand 2 times, so, you know. So it seems like we're approaching little Thailand. So a little bit of history of how do a lot of Thai people end up around here in the States or this area is because back when the Vietnam War happened, a lot of them, you know, they migrated to the United States. I think most of them, they're mostly like in Los Angeles because it's a Thai town, but it's a huge community right here in New York too. So we got Woodside over here, and I can actually see, you can't really see it, but underneath Woodside Avenue, it says Little Thailand, and then over here we got a street mural Over here we got a street mural, and yep, it says it clearly here, Little Thailand. So I guess this little street over here, this is Woodside Avenue, and this is mostly like the Thai area between Elmhurst and Jackson Heights. There's actually a restaurant over here called, I'm really bad in Thai. I think it's called Khao Kang. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But you got a Thai restaurant, then Tea Cup Cafe, I think it's also another Thai restaurant. But it's a little bit of everything. It's not just Thai. You see a couple of Chinese cuisines, a little bit of everything. So I think I'm gonna make it towards this way to see if I can spot more restaurants, and then we're just gonna turn back. But you can see how the diversities in the terms of people, they change within blocks. You know, we're not even far from where I started my video. And you can see how different this is from 74th Street, 73rd Street, and even Roosevelt. So like I tell you, I think that's why Queens is my favorite borough, you know. So don't be afraid to explore other areas besides Manhattan. And this is another Thai restaurant, Ayada. So they do got a couple of spots over here. And then the local park of Elmhurst is right here. I've walked the other side, which is Broadway, but I never walked on this side, so this is literally gonna merge. So let's push it a little bit more since it gets dark like in an hour and a half. I'll show you the other side so you can see the diversity. It's kind of like another mini Chinatown. In the summertime, these neighborhoods here that combine together is pretty vibrant. Like you see everybody, especially in a playground like this, you see everybody that they come out and they go around, you know, socialize with people. They bring their kids and they play around, and it's a beautiful thing, you know, and it's really what makes New York. I think a neighborhood like this is literally the real New York, because you get to experience culture, diversity, and what the city has to offer. So now I'm walking around Elmhurst, and if you look at the streets, you can see how it turns pretty residential, which we're gonna hit that in a bit. So I'm just showing you a little bit of the strip that's going on over here. Then you got like some Chinese, I think it's like a bakery. So over here it's mostly like Chinese spots. Like across the street we got a Chinese supermarket. There's also a restaurant over here. Then there's like kind of like a little local park, and this the main strip, which I'm gonna merge back to the other side. I think it's Woodside Avenue again. But I'll show you a bit what's going on over here. And for some reason this area kind of resembles a little bit to me like Astoria. The way how it got the buildings and like the local park over here. So, but I mean obviously it's Queens, New York, so it's crazy when you go to some parts of Queens and Brooklyn, some neighborhoods that you walk, they can resemble another one. So I see a lot of people there like, because it's freezing outside. But the good thing, this DJI Osmo is really good in battery and easy for me to press, even with gloves on. With the GoPro, it would be like a little bit of a challenge. And then you see a lot going on. The main strip happens over that way. All the restaurants, but I'm gonna turn back over this way and make it to I think it's 45th Avenue, and then you got like a local park. Even in the cold weather, you got some people chilling around here. And like I say, the main key of this area is diversity. I can see people from all walks of life. But I'm gonna be the shortcut over here. Then we got a supermarket, but I guess because it's cold, it got it boarded up. But in the summertime, you will see like the fruits over here. And there's like a modern one here underneath a condo. But let's make it ahead to see if we find a Thai temple. So I made it over here in this regular street, and you can see how it's just pretty residential. Really cool, but I don't think I ever walk around this area, but it looks pretty cool and nice, you know, like a different vibe. And I'll show you ahead of me, even the streets here. This is pretty common in Queens, like the triangle, the buildings. But now I'll make it to 78th Street, I'm gonna make a left. And when I merge down there, it should be the Thai temple. But yeah, this is how it is, the street. It's getting a little bit dark pretty quick, you know. That's the only enemy of the winter. But then, you know, it's not just crowded, crazy main streets in Queens. You get a lot of residential streets like this. And if you go to other neighborhoods like Kew Gardens, Forest Hills, they literally got like beautiful houses that it makes you question, are you in New York City? So that's something that's really crazy. This over here, wow. I come to this area many times, but I never walked like this part of the neighborhood. I feel like I literally enter another world. I'll show you ahead of me. Like, just look at this. It's nice, this apartments, how they have their own balcony. And even over here, you can hear the sirens of New York City. I don't think there's no way you can escape that no matter what neighborhood in New York you walk. Over here I see the beast, the Thai temple. Brings me a little bit of flashback when I was in Bangkok last September. Yeah, I came here years ago. There was like during the Thai New Year festival, I came here and wow, pretty beautiful. See, got this here, which looks pretty nice. Gorgeous structure of building. And then it's crazy how this Thai temple is just literally in a residential street like this. Like you would miss it if you wouldn't pay attention. But it's pretty unique, you know. And they got a couple of temples of Thailand around New York City. I think they also got like Burmese, Cambodian, if I'm not mistaken. So that proves you know, the diversity of New York City. Like they got every type of nationality. But I'm just gonna make it back towards Roosevelt Avenue, and I'm gonna start making my way to Woodside, which is another diverse area. You know, they got many nationalities, and they got like the Filipino area over there. It's only like a couple of walking distance, so it's like you can literally just walk around the region and explore the whole area. I made it back to Broadway. Not gonna merge in with Roosevelt Avenue, you know. But it's been pretty cool so far. Like I say, the cold is literally kicking in, so it's a little bit hard to film with the weather, but so far I'm enjoying it over here. I don't know if you guys can hear how windy it is out here, but I'll show you ahead what's going on. So here's like a mixture of the bus station with the subway line. And somewhere around here, you take, I think it's called the Link, which will take you to LaGuardia Airport. Then you can do your connections here with the subway line. This is a bus station area. See a lot of people queuing up. And then over here's the entrance to the subway lines. You take about 5 subway lines around here. Let's make it ahead, and we're gonna make a left once we hit Roosevelt Avenue. And here we are back again, Roosevelt Avenue. Now we're gonna make it towards Woodside, which is also kind of like the same vibe, but I think it's much more chiller than walking by Jackson Heights. You'll see a lot of that, wow, even the traffic jam. You'll see a lot of diversity going on over here. Got through many times. I usually pass over a highway or a train station, and I think I'm literally officially entering the Woodside section, which I made a video entirely for this neighborhood like a little over a year ago too, I think. But yeah, I'll give you like a better view of the highway. And you can see the massive traffic jam that's going on over here in New York City. One of the reasons why I don't like driving around here. So it's like you got a neighborhood on top and the highway that passes underneath, so it's like a different world. But now we're entering Woodside, which you know, pretty much connects with Jackson Heights. There goes the subway line again. It's like a nice symphony of music happening around here with the train and the streets, the sounds of New York City. Over here also is like the beginning of AKA Little Manila, even though they got a little bit of everything, but over here you start seeing like all the Filipino joints, which I'm gonna show you ahead. So here we got one that's literally close, but it's called Cocina Pinoy Bistro. Then you walk a little here, this is one called Pampanga, which is actually like a province in the Philippines. And they got this one over here, I heard a lot about this one, Kabayang. They sell tudo, all the Filipino pastries. Campamilia, I think it's called, it's also like another Filipino joint, which is really cool. Let me see what they sell here. They sell also like boba tea, they sell lumpia. And not only restaurants, they also got like if you need to ship something to the Philippines, like this one over here, Johnny Air, you could ship it over there to like Manila, Makati, all the places over there in the city. And then combined, you got like taco joint right here, like a food truck, so it's like a little bit of everything. And then this over here is also, I think it's a Filipino joint, Amazing Grace. Let me just look at the window to see what they got. So they sell all the Filipino stuff here, like tapsilog, dasilog, kare-kare. So yeah, pretty interesting. And the neighborhood keeps going. This is another one, authentic Filipino cuisine. So this neighborhood here has a really high Filipino community, but they sell a little bit of everything. It's not just Filipino. They got pizzeria, they got Peruvian joints, Spanish joints. Seems like they're renovating something here across the street. Then also, if you go ahead, Woodside has the main Long Island Railroad station and the 7th train line to 61st Street. But yes, you can easily get distracted walking around here and looking around because there's so much going on. So let's go ahead. Then I see that Spanish food ahead of me. You can see an example. They got Ecuadorian food right here. So it's like all these nationalities pile up all together here. And you hear the 7th train. I think this is like a Mexican joint right here. And mariachi. And I don't know why this sounds actually funny, but this area over here feels warmer than the other side I was walking in Elmhurst. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the structure of the buildings or what that covers up like the wind, but over here, I mean, it's still technically a little bit cold, but it feels much more comfortable over here this side. And I don't know, not only throughout Woodside, if you walk around some of the other streets, you're gonna find also like Filipino bakeries and stuff. So they're literally like spread out throughout the neighborhood, which is something that's really cool. Then I think over here is where you see some grocery or deli stores that I'm gonna show you in a bit. So over here they got this is called Deli Sari store. And I think over here they sell not only like some products, but they sell also like Red Horse beer, which is a typical traditional beer in the Philippines. They also sell like beauty stuff. They sell San Miguel, which is a great beer in the Philippines. Wow, they got a kitty. Hey, cat. Hey, cat. It's just chilling. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. And if you guys don't know much about Red Horse, that beer is literally like smooth. It runs smooth, but it kicks in. You can end up pretty hangover from that beer. I learned it the hard way when I was there in the Philippines. Almost missed it. We also got a Red Ribbon over here, which is a typical traditional bakery based in the Philippines. So we got them here. They also got it in my neighborhood in Jersey City, and they sell like some really good pastries. Ube, if you're a fan of ube, they specialize in really good ube stuff. They also sell like, I think, a couple of drinks. Not sure if it's like tea or something like that, but yeah, some pretty, if you have like a sweet tooth, then that's a really good bakery that you guys might want to check out. And this is what I'm talking about. Here we got a Peruvian joint. So it's like you see all these terms of food options all together. And that's why I think, in my opinion, Queens is probably the food capital of New York City, because you get all types of cuisines from all over the world pile up together. You just got to come to Woodside, Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, so you can get the experience. Of course, this is the Filipino icon right here. Jollibee, which they got this fast food all over. I think this was one of the original ones they opened around New York City, but now they're expanding all over. The only bad thing about this place is that it's pretty small. I think they got like a lot of options in the menu compared to the Manhattan location. There needs to be another one in Jersey City by Highway 440, but they moved it to another area, and now they got Chow King. Then this area over here is kind of like the main strip of Woodside, Queens. Like you got a market over here that's selling a lot of flowers because, like I said, it's Valentine's Day. And the subway line is over that way. Supermarket. And this is what I love in the neighborhoods in New York, like the supermarkets with their fresh products out here. Kind of gives you a vibe like if you're in another country or something like that, you know. So the 7th train line here, 61st Street is right here. And a pretty busy street. Wow. A lot of people buying for Valentine's Day, like I say. Excuse me, fellas. Then like the main street goes over that way on top, which is pretty cool. Then over here you got Kennedy Fried Chicken. I didn't know they had it here. I thought it was like in Jersey, but I guess they had them all over the tri-state area, which is really cool. But that was the end of my video exploring all this area over here in Queens, New York, the most diverse borough in the world, not only in the States. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.